Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today in Satisfactory, we will be finishing phase 2. If you remember from last episode, my power grid shut down, and well, I said between episodes that I would be working on upgrading the power grid, and as you can see, I've gotten up to 2,625 megawatts, and let me just show you what I did. I made a really big water tower. It's not the best looking. I tried my best. Got a couple more water extractors and a whole lot of water pumps to get them up. I tried my best getting that to work. But water fluids in this, or fluid mechanics in this is a little weird. And then that's my upgraded power plant. Let me head over there real quick. So you can, I tried to make the pipes look good, but the, eventually got to just getting it to get over here. So I have, coal coming in from the coal, generators over here. One of them's overclocked, one of them's underclocked slightly just to get the correct amount. I think it's like 70 and then 55 or something like that. But it feeds the coal into these assemblers with sulfur, which I found a node of right up there, a little ways inwards across this lake, but it was a pure node. I also, I think, overclocked it and split it into two, and so one sulfur node is powering all this, or fueling all this. So coal and sulfur merge in here. I had to research how to get this recipe off of the MAM. But it mixes the coal and the sulfur to make compacted coal, which gives the same amount of power as a normal coal, but it burns longer is what I've heard. Then I have water pipes going to each and every single section. One pipe with 200 milliliters of water a minute. I think it's in milliliters, or whatever unit of measure it uses, but I only have 200 instead of the 300 that can go in the pipe, because 180 is required for 4 coal power plants. So I have 200 just to make sure I have a little extra. And you can see how the compacted coal comes over here and then gets split up into all these different ones. I had enough coal to power 35 coal generators, which I sent all the other coal that gets lost at the end, like with the smart splitter, it puts down the overflow. So if there's too much coal going in one direction, it sends the overflow coal off this way to this merger. So all the leftover coal comes to this final coal power plant over here. Little extra way to get up, which is right here. So you can see this is how I designed it up here. Each batch of 4 is in its own little section. It receives the coal and the water. Got this one solo by itself, that's the 35th. 2 others come up here. I try to make them symmetrical, but it doesn't really work, and I had to put them where they could without interfering with the others. But yeah, all of these are combining together to create 2,600 megawatts, which I'm already consuming about half or so. While I was gone, I also did other things outside this coal generator, getting ready for the next phase 2. So let me head over and show you guys that stuff. One of the first things I did after I got the coal power plant fully operational and stable is I came to this copper node, and with the modular created this little factory. It goes down here to these smelters, which then the smelters turn it into copper ingots, and the copper ingots get split up into many different constructors, all making wire. And then once the copper wire is all merged onto one belt, comes over here and splits into 2 different directions. Some of them come over here to be put into these constructors to make cable, and then the others go in to mix with the steel pipe to make, I believe those are called rotors. They could be stators, but I think they're rotors. Nope, stators. So it makes the stators, and then it sends them up here to merge to make automated wiring, which is the first of the phase 2 items for the space elevator. I already had the smart plating factory made, so I just reattached all of that, and it's been making it 2. So with all of these, I've got 2 of the phase 2 parts done. I can quickly show you the smart plating setup I've done, which it should be running at a faster efficiency than it did before, because I previously got all these things, like some of them are overclocked to make the proper amount of screws. But now we're working at 100% efficiency on smart plating, and we've already got probably close to 1,000. I might need to upgrade the storage, we'll see. I also did something else outside of the phase 2 stuff. The copper factory was a little pre-done before I really knew what to do, so I created this one with the help of the modular as well, that creates the recipe tree. So copper gets mined, sent to these 2 smelters, and then they get sent into their individual parts. This one over here splits them into copper sheets, so both of these are making copper sheets. And this one is making just copper wire. That one also makes copper wire, but it sends it to be turned into cable. All this is sent onto one belt, which is then split with a smart splitter into its different elements or end up resources, which are then sent to their own storage containers. Now, the reason why they're so spread out is that I plan on setting up an overflow system to send them to the awesome sink for tickets. Similar to how I have the smart splitter splitting up the extras over here while they're not being used, and with these same thing with the industrial beams, because I don't need them for anything quite yet. I did try to set up for the next SAM item, which requires like an assembler merging in, or maybe another thing, which I found out after trying to set it up or thinking about trying to set it up with like that platform over there. I tried to build the machine to make them, but I couldn't find the correct machine or the stuff, so I realized it's part of phase 2. So that's what we'll be finishing today. So I'll be setting up probably right there. I think I set up some stuff, if I could get up there. Oh yeah, this was for researching sulfur, so I have another sulfur node. So yeah, over here I'll be creating the next phase 2 elevator part, which is the versatile framework. The versatile framework requires modular frames and steel beams. So I plan on setting up a smart splitter over there to take the modular frames out on overflow. So once that container fills up completely, it'll split up the modular frames over here and put them in to be made. And then over here, I just need to do the same thing with the smart splitter and split the steel beams to come up around here and up here. So let's first get the steel beams done. I think I need to move the items. Oh no, there's enough room. So I can set up a smart splitter here. Okay. And then set this to overflow on the right. So let's see, I want it to face this way, and then I'll put the storage container down there. So Or the storage container can be up here. Yeah, okay. So back here. Let's see. I do have this on the modular, so let me look at that. So, oh, it needs an assembler. So let me get the assembler placed down. Like that. Should work. Yeah. And then storage container, which actually I think I unlocked the industrial. So let me build that for the first time. Which needs some steel beams. 4. Plus the factory needs to run anyway. Okay, so bring out the industrial storage. And I'll just have it placed kind of like there. And I like that belt, so we're gonna keep it. Yep, more storage in here. Okay, so you need to make the versatile framework, which requires bringing in the steel beams, so let's do that. And the amount we wanted, let me look at the modular again. 1, I'm out of rods, so let me go get some rods. I should have some over here, if not the other factory making the smart plating has many rods. But I can probably just yoink a few here. This has been backed up anyway. Which actually I should actually do this with. That way I can have a backup of them getting made. Yeah, that works. Okay, and then there's not really enough space to do another. I could possibly, but not for plates. There's not enough room for plates. So we get back up of rods in here. I'm just gonna grab a few more. Just do the Mark 1. Too long. Yep. Actually gonna have this one raise up a little, that way I have a place to go under to get to the blueprint maker. That's good. Oh yeah, another thing I did, I forgot to mention, is I made this backup battery setup. That way, in case the power grid goes out, I have some power, which actually it was lasting a pretty good time. I got quite a few batteries in here, and then I have it connected to the next row. Kind of a stack up type of situation. Need more battery storage, make it taller. Okay, so let's get this all set up. So let's see. I can probably go back to straight mode. Nah, doesn't like that. I could do that though. And then go to straight mode and go straight into there. So steel beams, once it overflows, will come into here. So now for the modular frames, which I'll probably have it go up and over that. Up and over this one too. So I need another smart splitter. Go. And this one should be left overflow. It'll take a little bit to back up on that. But let me get over there. No, that doesn't aim right. Let's see. Can I get this to curve at the right spot? Doesn't face the right way. So going towards that storage container. And I'm gonna have it come up over to here. There we go. Too long again. So if I make this go taller, also need to cut down this tree. So take this, have it come over here with the curve. Have it go up. That way I can come up over here. See, I built you right there, so if you come over here, come up to here. And have it go straight in there. So then you need power, which is this button here. Straight up to there. Okay. Okay, so it should be all set to start making the versatile framework. I can put the excess materials from my inventory to help it fill up the chest inventory, though this one should start overflowing. But it's not. Okay, so smart splitter. Too close to that one. I kind of have an idea. Okay, I don't want to do that. I want to just transfer everything. That way it's more space for this. And then once this empties, I'll connect it to that. So I will let the materials move around and then I'll be back. I decided to change some things around. I made it to where it is making 2 per minute instead of the 5 per minute, mainly because of the modular frames, whereas the modular frame factory I have over there is making 2 a minute. This one will consume 1 a minute, so I'm still at a plus, so I don't need to do the smart splitter method. So the modular frames I can set up to come over here. I already did that with the steel beams, got them connected up. I am still going to extend the storage like I was, which I did. So I just need to connect this guy up, and just pace through the belts for that guy. Okay, this will probably empty out a lot of these, but the main reason why I need some is they're used to craft things. Same with the steel beams, but I'm outpacing them, I believe, in construction. Whereas that's consuming 12. I think I'm making around 30 to 45. Let's see. 15 and a 7.5, so that's definitely less than the 12, or more than the 12. The iron or steel deliveries are still pretty slow, 121 when I need 300. So I need to upgrade those things to Mark III, I think, the belts for that steel factory, and or add in a second truck to deliver the steel. Let me see the steel. Nope, modular frames are still on the way. And then that can start crafting the versatile frameworks, putting them into storage. I figured out you can't upgrade these directly. You have to fill them into another thing before you can destroy them and then rebuild them as the upgraded version. I don't think I showed you the quick wire setup in the last video. I mentioned it, but I don't think I showed you it. But here it is. I get quick wire out from a node I found, bring it down here. The terrain made it difficult, so I did wonkies on the belts. Then I have this overclock just to consume the Caterium ingots faster and make quick wire, which send into here for anything I need to craft, and then the rest is just sent to the awesome sink for points. And I'm already at 34. I probably need a lot more if last time I tried to buy stuff was any indication. So while all that stuff's going, let me just show you the smelting setup I have back here. It's a pretty far distance away, but I like to do the slide thing to just shoot myself forward. And then sometimes this works, sometimes it requires a little practice. Okay, too far away. So I have 3 smelters here, smelting off of one node. I believe this was a pure node. So yeah, 120 a minute. Split across 3 different ones, each taking 45 a minute. Even though they're the normal type, which usually they only do 30 a minute. Maybe they do take 45. But yeah, they're smelting it down. And then sending it on one belt over. In total, each one is dropping off about 15 per minute, so that's 45. So I did the Mark I belt all the way down to be crafted into quick wire and such. There's some other Caterium ores nodes, but for now this was just to get the quick wire I needed for researches and get some extra tickets once I filled up on that. I still need to do some more researches on Caterium, but I think I'm waiting on some things to finish. Let's see if the modular frames got to the assembler. Shouldn't have taken too long. It wasn't that far away, and why? There we go. Really? Okay. Once the dimensional storage is a thing, I'll either attach these or move that to a different node. I'm thinking of kind of having just a unpure node or an impure node be in charge of providing me with the resources I need to build, because while I'm just running around, they can still just increase the dimensional storage's stash. So it's not like I need 5,000 every minute. I just need a few to build up my storage so I can build, at least for now. We start making the versatile frameworks, it looks like. It will take a while, only making 2 a minute, and we need 1,000, so that's at least 500 minutes. And well, 500 divided by 60 is 8 hours. Yeah, that'll take a while. Or is it? Yeah. Well, let's see. 2 a minute, so 2 times 60, that's 120. So I need 1,000, so 1,000 divided by 120 is 8 hours, yeah. So 8 hours of just this, though if I crank this up to just max, that's 5 a minute. So that's, let's see, 5 times 60, that's 300, and 1,000 divided by 300 is 3 hours. So if I overclock this, but I don't have any power shards, so let me grab those. I do have excess material, so I can just have it overclock for a little bit to try and get as many as possible. Put some stuff away to free up my inventory. I do have iron rebar I crafted a bunch for research. I can just drop these on the floor for now. Yeah, okay. Power shards. Any more power shards? Okay. So, gonna craft some power shards off these snails. Power slugs. So if we double the recipe, that's 10 a minute. So that would be about an hour or so. It'll be every 10 minute, make 100. So it might be able to do a couple. Oh, we're making 12.5. Oh, because 250. So 12.5. 12.5 times 60 is 750. So that will still take just over an hour. Because 1,000 divided by 750 is 1.3 hours. So an hour and like 25 minutes. This will have enough to make the next one. Let me go just put in the rest of the stuff. That way we can see about waiting. I'm just gonna drop a lot of this stuff on the floor to pick up later. I do need to grab some more sheets though. I'm about to run out. So let me just take all. Still left a few. Space elevator. That was 600, so we have about 650 right now if I count the 50 left behind. So a little more time will take. It's crafting about 2 a minute. Which I might just overclock if we have backup storage as well. Which, actually, let me check that. Yeah, we have some backups. So let me just temporarily overclock this one as well. Making 5 a minute. And we need about another 400. So if I was just to do 5 times 60 is 300, so just over an hour as well, so that is perfect. So if I then come over to this guy, which I'm pretty sure this guy will be the first one done, he just has 100. Most of his thing is just copper too. So we're making about 2 a minute. I'm doing it like this because the production rate of everything matches that. I don't have any backup storages for those. I definitely have over 100 though, so we're good on that. So let's put this into the space elevator, grab the final two, our final smart platings as well that we have in storage. Okay, so space elevator automated wiring is complete. We need more smart plating, which I did grab. So we need just above 300, so just over an hour. And this guy needs just over an hour as well. So I'll just let it run. How are we doing on these? That took a lot. And it's consuming faster than it can replace, but should be fine. I mean, how many of these do you need per versatile framework? Just one. Okay. Just the speed at which it's getting crafted at. Okay. We're at 50 already, or just 62. So I'll just wait on top of this guy. That way I can see everything. So I'll just let it be, and I'll be back. Should have enough smart plating now. That is complete. Let me go return these back and turn off the overclocking. See, that's 100, 200, 300, 400, 800, 900. So we're about 20 away. We can take the first half of them. We can also check on Jeff. Nope, too far. Okay. More hunter ammo. Okay, I'll have to pick those up. Okay, let's get these over to the space elevator. Okay. There we go, that's 600 of 1,000. So I need another 400. These things keep turning themselves on, but they're not consuming anything or providing power, but their animation is always turning on its own. It's like when I go out a render distance and come back or something, might need to figure out how to report that to the Satisfactory creators. Okay, take all. Let's see if this finishes it or if we're gonna have to wait. We're just 16 short, it looks like. Which the thing's at a 2-to-1 ratio, making about 12 a minute, so it should be only like a minute or two from now. Yeah, we only made 2 on that entire run, which is just one time of the machine activating. I did upgrade the steel's container to be the double, just so I could try out having the 2-to-1 feeding right here. Let's see, how much steel do I have? I have 159. Let's see how much we can upgrade on that with the steel factory. Now that we don't have to worry about power constraints, I can upgrade the belts to get them to make the 300 a minute. Yeah, so this thing emptied. So I think we're delivering all the iron. Really? Okay. See, that's a Mark 1. Let's see. Mark 3. It's not providing enough. So let's see. Mark 3s are all the way up here. That's a Mark 2. So right here. Hello, Bean. No, please. Thank you. Okay, Mark 3. that should be 3. Let me kill some of these things, that way they're no longer a bother. Hello. Gonna need to eat. Okay. There we go. Get rid of the next bug thing. Oh, I did get rid of it. Okay. I think I grabbed that one too. Just some more points to put into the awesome shop. Okay, I only have 17 for... Yeah, I don't have enough to finish getting this up to 300... yeah, I need a lot more. You are overclocked. The question is, are you overclocked to the 300 a minute? Yes, you are. So I just need to upgrade your belt from Mark II to Mark III. So that means more steel, but all the steel is being used by an overclocked thing to make versatile frameworks. So we're gonna need to do that after we get phase 2. Pretty cool seeing the big coal power plant that I made. My biggest creation yet. But it's probably far from perfect. It's especially with the water. I think I did all right with the fuel, but the water is a little messy. So that should increase the coal slightly, I think. Let's see. So you go from Mark III. I'm gonna put you to a Mark II. Oh, you're already a Mark II. You're a Mark II, you're a Mark II. All of you are Mark IIs. You're Mark III. Mark II, Mark II. Mark II. Okay. I thought I may... Well, we can't really do the 300 a minute yet because it's a... Mark III doesn't do 300 a minute, it does 270 a minute. It's weird because the math says otherwise. I think it's on my modular, so it's kind of weird how it's not working how it should. Anyway, I'll return to base, see how much on the versatile frameworks we're at, and I'll be right back. Okay, I think that's enough. So I'll be overclocking you. In fact, I'll be even reducing you even more. Because you're supposed to be at 2 a minute. There we go. Okay. So let's seal this. Ada's got something to say before we
Welcome
even
to the
send
Project Assembly Pioneer Progress presentation. Congratulations, the Phase 2 project part shipment is now ready for delivery. On delivery, Phase 2 will be completed and the construction dock will be constructed. After completion of Phase 2, the technologies of Tiers 5 and 6 will become
This
available
might
in the
help
hub.
us on power.
These might
This will
feel
help on
intimidating
mobility.
after your previous experience,
Could try
but
out
rest
trains.
assured that you would not be
Wanna try
here
out the
if you were
trains.
entirely incompetent. Highlights are oil production, railway transportation, the jetpack, and many more. Completing Phase 3 of Project Assembly is your next
So we
main
need more
objective.
versatile
Just remember
frameworks,
to
but the
focus
rest,
on
not
producing
really,
and delivering
unless
the
these
project
require
parts,
those.
and Fix its faith in you will be strengthened.
Okay, cool. So let's have this get sent. Okay, he was making annoying noises. It's a little different. I don't remember the electricity like that, but it's been a little bit.
Phase 2 of Project Assembly completed. You have been performing more adequately under pressure and are closer than ever to saving the day. Perhaps you were the right choice for the job. Time will tell. You will now enter Phase 3 of Project Assembly. Continue as you are, and there should be no issue. For humanity. For Fix It.
Cool. If it's in space, how can I hear it? Sound doesn't travel in space. Okay. I think that's finished on that, so we need to get more versatile frameworks, which it will passively make it for a while. The modular engine, which I haven't unlocked the recipe for. And the adaptive control units, which I believe, yeah, I haven't unlocked it yet. So now let's go take a look at what tier 5 and 6 are. Okay, tier 5, jetpack, which I need these motors for, which are stators and the rotors. Okay, some cable and some plates. I should set up a solo iron stuff. That'll also increase inventory, but then I need fuel. Okay, so this is a bunch of stuff. The valve would be nice. And fuel, new products to buy, oil extractor, polymer resin, petroleum coat. It's a less efficient coal replacement, so I probably shouldn't use that for power. And then circuit board. Okay, logistics mark 4, truck. So similar to the tractor, but bigger, more storage. Then there's a fluid version, the fluid station, mark 4 stuff. Okay, so packaged fuel, empty canister, a packager, liquid biofuel. Huh. And then petroleum. I can already scan Kateria more. I don't know why it's back here. Fuel power generator. Consumes fuel to generate power. Okay. So let's see. This one I can do. That one requires rubber, which requires oil processing plant. So first things first is I'll probably unlock this. So let's set that up. Now we need to make motors. So let me quickly make a modular thing so I can properly make a design. I'll try to put a image of my modular or modular controller, however you pronounce it, from Steam, so you can see what I kind of look at. So let me just quickly look at that, figure out how I want to design it. I might just make another iron area to make the rotors, and then I'll send the stators that are being made over here up to it. There is iron ore stuff over there, so I might do that. Hold on. Let me make some more, what are those things? Portable miners. So let me quickly do some research and I'll be right back. According to my modular, I am going to be making 2.5 motors a minute just to unlock the thing. Basically, I'll be using these two impure iron resources to make them. So let's first put down the Mark 1s. Each of these will make about 30 a minute, but I want one of them, I believe, to make 24 a minute. Okay, so let's do this. I think I'll merge you into one, have you come down here and get smelted like this. Or I might have it go further down. Let's have it go further down a little. Let me try having it split right in the middle, leaving space for a smeltery right here, and a smeltery right there. This is only 30. Really? Too steep? It's literally the same. Okay. So let me change how these guys are facing a little. So we want them to merge around here. H, and then down a little. Okay, close enough. Let me get this guy out of the way. There we go. So 9 needs to go to a merger. And it needs to be about here. So that I can have it split. There we go. Okay. So you can come into here and there we go. Ooh, perfect. There's a pull right there. So I should wait until I get these guys configured. Okay, so iron ingot and iron ingot. Then my modular says one is going to go into a constructor to make rod. Both of them are going to go into constructors for rods. Let's see, how are we going to do that here? Merge them into one and then split them? Yeah, let's do that. So, constructor. So, if they're gonna, let's have them merge on this one. They'll come forward a little bit, and then we'll have 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So, let's get the merger here. Let's see. Line it up with that right there. Then go to a splitter, which will be right there. And right there. Let's see. I think I lined them up correctly just to be sure. Yep. Okay. So we're still carrying only like 60 of them. Oh wait. Let's try to see what straight would do. Nope, I want the Mark III. Straight. Nope. Okay. you need to make rods, 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 and more rods. Going to put a smart splitter, I think. Just thinking a little. There. Then I'm going to put constructors here. Again, 4 of them. I'm going to put mergers. Well, how much space do we have left? We have a good amount. So we're going to do it like that. We need mergers. So if I have any go this way, and head towards here. Then I'm gonna have this guy. Let's see, did I do this one correctly? Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, they're gonna merge into here, merge out here. Then this guy's going to split. Another one is going to split. Then we're going to have 4 constructors. It's going to look a little funky. So this one, it's going to be none to the front. To the right, it's going to be any, and then overflow is going to go to the left. After I have you guys make screws. Though, do I even need to make iron? Hold on. Let me go over some things real quick. So I just found out that I have the recipe to turn iron ingots directly into screws. So I'm going to use that one. It's 12.5 to make 50, and we need about 120, I believe. Yep. So that means we got 50, 100, 150. So we need to turn this guy down to 20. Okay, so we got a bit making iron rods, but then the rest will make the screws. And so that means we can just go directly to assemblers. Do I want it to be directly? No. Let's have one right here and one right there. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, so we need the screws to all merge together, which we can just, because there's 3 of them. So that's 120, 50, 50, and another 50 will go in. So this will need to be a Mark II. Well, you are just going to be making, I believe, 24 it was? Nope, 15. So 15, I do have some overclockers. So if you make 24, okay. then you just need to come over here. Let's see. I'll have you go right to there. No. Yeah, that'll work. And then have you curve. Nope. Then you'll curve into here. So now that you are here, let's see. Gonna need to split you there. Let's go this way, then turn around to go behind it. Up one. To have you go to about... No. You need to turn a little sharper. There's there, so let's have you go here. Yeah, okay. There we go. Rotor right there. Needs 100 screws a minute. Let me try a different design. That way I can have this. Go up like that. And then you'll come this way. Yeah, you should be straight enough there. Invalid shape, but the default can do it. And then I just need to put a splitter like that. Which can then allow that. Okay. So with that in place, I can bring this down to 50% because it wanted, well, did it want 2 or 150? Let's get this one going. Okay, rotor. So 1.2 is like 120%. So there we go. And back it up a little. Nope. We can make it further back. Assembler. Which leaves the storage container, which I'll build in a bit when I get back. Okay, power poles now. Let's get power going. So first, I'll have it go back here, and then I'll have it come here. Before coming over to here. Though I already have one, so let's see. That to there. And that can go to the assembler there to make the motor. So I already got the rotors being made here. These guys need power. to need power. Okay, I just need a little bit of steel beam. So that's the stators, so... yeah, let's have it go here. Logistics, Mark 1 conveyor lift. Let's have it lift to about there. And then conveyor belt from there. We only need the stators to show up at the back half. Let's have it go straight ahead before it curves to the right here. And it can come along here. With this line up. Let's see. Nope. There we go. So the stators will come in and the rotors, and we should get motors, which I can put in the industrial storage here. At a blistering 2.4 motors a minute, which I need 50 of, so that would be about 20 to 30 minutes, theoretically. So now that everything's set up, let's get the iron running. There we go. So it should slowly come over here. And come over here. Start turning into the necessary materials, like the rods and screws. Become rotors. And then they can become the motors. It's going to be a little slow because of all the Mark 1s and such. Gonna check the power real quick. We're still good. One per one. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. Should speed up here. And also become screws. Got some screws being made. We'll most likely have an iron backup at some point, for at least like this one and such. Yeah, it's starting to back up that. But no. Why won't you work? Splitter, line you up. There we go. Why won't you work? Iron rods and screws. No power. Did I not plug you in? Okay. There we go. It won't start till we get 100 screws in. And this thing can go off of 2 rotors. Each one of these will make 2 rotors. So we'll be making 1 motor per 2 motors here. Yeah. Just to count, I believe it's like 45 Nope, 50, 150. So you actually need to be the Mark 3. Because the Mark 2 does 120, so you do need to be Mark 3. But then once you take off the required 100 per minute, which requires Mark 2, that should leave the other 20 to you. Nah, it's 120, which would be the exact match. $100 and $20. So 100 will come in here, go down there, and then the other 20 will go down. Okay. So we should be making a motor now. And we have motors. Okay, we'll let those run. Okay, Milestone 6 will be infrastructure. So we got computers, modular frames, the modular engine, and the adaptive control unit. So the stuff required to make these, including the manufacturer, which I think is required for the next SAM thing. The train. Get all of that set up for long distance traveling, the signals for it. Ooh, pump 2. This one should be able to help me out. But I'll need to get to that. And Mark 2 would allow 600. I could upgrade my power plant to be more efficient then. And then a Mark 2 designer, so it should be a bigger blueprint thing. And then we can work on phase 3. But yeah, phase 5, we're going to need to do a lot of work once we get the oil processing. I'm going to have to start exploring more of the map, especially now that I have a jetpack and need to make the fuel for it. Oh, we backed up on cables now, which actually now throws that off. So now I need to put in the smart splitter here. That was a normal splitter. I need a smart splitter. Give that overflow to the left. So everything else can keep running. And we get some more points. Nice. I'll have to do the rest of that, which means you're going to need another merger. So might as well get that set up. Yeah. Okay. So next time I need to merge in some stuff, I can bring in that stuff. Got it. So I think that's where I'll end the video off today. Hope you enjoyed me unlocking phase 2. And next time we'll work on getting the jetpack, the oil processing and such, and we can even possibly upgrade the power plants, make a oil or fuel power plant type stuff, shoot up our power grid enough so that way we can build a lot of stuff. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.